ITC sector, expectation is to double by 2025. So it's increasing very, very fast. Bulgaria is the best. In Bulgaria is the best performing sector in the national economy, with an increase of 600% in the last decade, and it has one of the most dynamic startup ecosystems in the region, and this is very, very good. Serbia catching up on the neighbors, but is suffering from a lack of structural support, especially from governmental support for the growth of the industry. That means the private sector has to be more active than maybe in other regions or other countries. Albania, most of the industry concentrated in Tirana, as you of course know, and is focused on BPO and also growing ITC sector. Northern Macedonia, steady increase, but still locked in the outsourcing business model. I am happy to see that some very young entrepreneurs are trying to change that. Latvia, again, it's the most innovative ecosystem, many companies specializing in vertical and cross-sector services, and has a respectable reputation for innovation. You know, it's the mentality of a small country that knows from the very beginning, I mean, the entrepreneurs know that the market is not there because they are too small. And they have to go abroad. They have to be global from the very beginning. It's in their genes, if you want. And this is specific to the northern countries. And we wonder why they are doing so well. This is one of the explanations, because they know that the market is not local. They want to sell globally. I have an anecdote, but I'm not going to say it now because we are, I think, pressed by time. Microsoft opened an innovation center in Latvia. Not in Bulgaria, not in Romania, in Latvia.
It's not true. They tried in Bulgaria, but it wasn't successful.
They tried, but it wasn't successful. Okay. With the second survey that I was mentioning at the beginning, we tried to gain more in depth in the findings, in the data that we were collecting, and I highlighted here in red one of our conclusions. SMEs in the region do not have the capacity and capital to invest in long-term R&D activities. I think this is crucial. This has to be changed somehow. Because if we do not do this, then we will be stuck with the same results. Also, we assessed and we concluded, according to the answers that we got, that there are some opportunities related to sensor production, technologies for passive buildings, and components for autonomous electric cars, something that we have already heard around the room. And our recommendation is that these areas where there is local potential to be supported by the national and transnational programs. I have two more slides, a few recommendations that, as I said, I extracted from the market intelligence report. In terms of internationalization, we definitely have to partner with already experienced companies or organizations. And I'm very glad to see that we have that already here. That's something that is happening. Also, there is a clear need for training in product-driven or product-service-driven business models. So, understand how we can develop our own products and put them on the market. And for that, we need continuous collaboration with highly skilled scientists, I said here, but people from the universities who are dedicating their time to understand theoretically some things, but with that knowledge, we can apply that knowledge in the real world. Also, attract public funding, and then the private funding or private investments will come. As we know, product development and in general innovation are highly risky businesses. we don't know the outcome. We don't know where we are going with this. We have a vision. We want to innovate. We want to create a product, but it's very risky. For that, we need support from every possible organizations. Also, enhanced context in the entry markets via cluster-to-cluster initiatives. This is what we are aiming to do, continuing this GIF project in the next years. Finding consultants that can open doors in the entry markets. This is very important as well. It costs money, we know that, but it's a very effective way to gain entry into markets. Many companies in Cluj who are delivering IT services or are trying to open new markets are doing the same. They hire consultants who know the market very well, the target market, and they collaborate. Also, something that is missing is marketing and sales. We are not good at that. In the region, I mean, the whole region. We are not very good in promoting ourselves. And we have seen this across the region. Sometimes we have very good ideas, very good products, very good services, but we don't know how to sell them. And this is something that we have to work on as well. Thank you very much for your attention. If you have some questions,
sorry.
Yes.
Can you do your presentation by email?
I think so. I think all the presentations will be sent to.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Since you asked about it, I think that we'll provide, the presentation even in the upcoming days. Thank you, Andrei. They are good findings. Maybe when you have the presentation, you will read them through and you see that there is something out there that can serve to your purpose. Now, Samir, please. The floor is yours. Samir is the lead research engineer and project manager at Volvo in Sweden, Göteborg.
Yeah,
Göteborg, and you will share with us efforts and the work that Volvo is doing for artificial intelligence. And so, floor is yours, and thank you for coming.
Yeah.
He's a special guest speaker. If you have any questions, don't wait, just raise the hand. It's not, this kind of activity, we like to be more like interactive, so raise your hand, whenever we can interrupt and talk, We do have definitely an agenda, but this agenda makes more sense when we respond to the questions that you guys may raise, rather than just following the agenda, it's nowadays, the internationalization is becoming the top issue for many of our companies, and now some of the guys are going to explain that to you, that it's acting local is not anymore an achievement, or being successful local means not much. It means just like you are successful local, like a small guy in your city, but going global, growing, I think that this was one of the main reasons that we're together and we keep being together. We'll share with you even the calendar of other B2B activities in Latvia, in Serbia, we'll have in Romania and Bulgaria. So you will be part of our, at least, information, and then you take the right actions, whenever it's needed. Within the same industries, automotive, green, and ICT industries. So we'll inform you about those opportunities in the future. I represent the ICT sector. Our association, and we'll be speaking about it later, is planning to organize a series of another B2B events here, but not only in Albania, but some of our companies are ready to go even some other countries just to meet their partners. And
Hi everyone, as Britan already introduced me, I'm working in Volvo Group. It's a department called Vehicle Automation. We are basically developing autonomous trucks. and we are doing it for different reasons. First of all, is our customers, they see a big increase in the revenue stream if we automate the trucks. And the second is also, we believe the technology is safer than humans when it's regarding to autonomous driving. So, but it's always, you know, you have to have a business view why we should really have these autonomous functions, and basically it's going to be around $7 billion or $1 trillion to the global economy by just having autonomous cars. The logistics industry is a very huge one, and they have very low margins of the revenues. So by automizing the logistics services, we are going to basically increase tenfold the revenues for the logistic companies. And what is actually helping all OEMs, we are trying to become a logistic company. We're not going to sell you trucks anymore. We're going to sell you a transport solution where we'll give you a truck, load it with goods, and then send it to the next hub where it has to be discharged, and then we get the money. So it's not going to be any more DHL maybe, or it's going to be, we're going to be directly contacting with Amazon, and Amazon will give us, I want this good, send it there, and then we'll send the good. And by this new way of business interaction, it's going to be quite a big money increase in the automotive industry. And it's going to be around 400 billion only in investment in automotive industry for just to invest to get these services and these solutions out there in the market. So it's a very huge opportunity for everyone to get part of this money, because this will create a lot of new opportunities, a lot of new jobs, and it will take a lot of other jobs. There will be no more drivers.
Don't say.
It's good for me because I don't drive.
It's actually true. There will be no more drivers.
Yeah.
Right now, we don't have, in some mines, we don't have drivers. We have trucks. And it's going to be around 1 trillion only freight transportation. Those are numbers getting out of the head. It's basically McKinsey, who has done a lot of studies about this, and they have studied the whole transportation logistics and how it has been increasing over the years. Because now we are also, we as humans are very busy, so we would like to get everything home, not to go to the store to buy the thing ourselves. But it's going to have a lot of other effects on other industries. And what I mean by the insurance industry, they will have a big effect on the insurance industry. What we are insuring is we're insuring drivers, because we as humans, we do a lot of mistakes. I'm talking to my wife and then I crash because she does something weird. And what will basically happen is that when you have autonomous cars, there will be no more insurance companies. What they're going to insure? It's basically, we're going to provide you a solution, we're going to overwork 90% of the time or 100% of the time. There will be no more accidents, so there's going to be no more insurance companies in the street. So it's an insurance industry is a very big one for automotive industry, basically. It will be completely different land development in the cities. In Tirana, we have planned the city to have cars, and cars that will stay there, park 8 hours, wait for you to go do your job, come back and take the car. There will be no more of this thing. You will sit. It will be very expensive to own your own car. So you will basically go to work, leave your car, get out of your car will go somewhere else, transport someone else, basically, and then it will come back to pick you up and you go, okay, I want in half an hour, I want you to be there. This means there will be no more parking places. Instead of having parking places, we will have green places, like gardens or forest in the city, stuff like that. And there are a lot of application areas that we're going to have that we are using AI. And basically, we are using to predict sales, to forecast how much we're going to sell. We get a lot of data from the past years. We get a lot of data from the other logistic companies. How many orders are they planning to take from other suppliers or customers? We take data from countries, how much development they are planning to do, how much infrastructure development. That would mean that they need trucks to do all this move of materials, transportation. And we put all this data into algorithms, and then they will basically give us some sales and forecast. We put data on the marketing, how much market share we have in China, or how much market share we have in India. And basically this will tell us how much we're gonna sell. What we do then, once we know how much we're gonna sell, we have to basically have a full logistic chain to understand how many parts we need for this kind of services, because we're gonna sell this specific truck, so that we have always, at least as possible, components standing in the storage, because it's expensive. So basically we are trying to optimize everything. It's being used in production manufacturing. AI is basically, we have robots everywhere, and robots basically have artificial intelligence, and by use of artificial intelligence they are basically improving the flow of the production. So instead of maybe taking 10 minutes to do a truck, now with help of robots we can take 7-6 minutes, which is a huge increase, because it means that we can produce more trucks and we can deliver more faster, and then we can have we can sell more. We are using it in powertrain control, and this is very interesting. The Sweden has been very very good in powertrain control. So basically, the engine is built in Sweden. Everything is done in Sweden. But basically, what we are doing now, we are using AI for powertrain control, which will basically take off a lot of need for engineers who are very good in control theory, which is a lot of mathematicians, physicians, that they need to have control theory. And instead of basically using those key competencies that have been trained for years and years in the universities, we are basically putting an algorithm that has learned from the data how an expert driver has been driving the truck from one point to another point. And then basically we are gonna fire all these engineers because they're not gonna be any work for them. So it's scary. We are using it for traffic prediction, and basically I think it's being used everywhere, not just in Sweden. It's being used everywhere for traffic prediction. Now I think you get information in any highway in Europe. You get information if this highway is going to be some lead time, or it's going to be some delay, or something else. And basically it's being used everywhere. This predictive maintenance, I was involved in one of these projects. Basically we have a lot of like trucks. We know the state of the health of all the trucks, and we can tell, okay, to a customer, that truck is going to have a failure in the engine, or a failure in the gearbox, or in the shift. Please come to visit us, and because we need to do some operation, or otherwise you will be stuck in a highway, which will increase your cost for maintenance and for the service. So we basically offer to our customers 99.99% uptime. When you buy a truck, you're going to have always uptime services.
So you follow the parameters of the truck?
Yeah.
From the,
so every truck is connected.
it's connected to
Sending data to the cloud.
main center.
Yeah, the cloud, and then in the cloud we have algorithms that are basically getting all this data, analyzing all the data, and detecting, okay, that truck is, there's something wrong with the truck, please visit the workshop.
What kind of security measurements do you take if now in case the algorithm doesn't provide the right results?
Yeah, we have a lot of false positives. So basically we have also humans who are checking this one.
Okay.
So if this might be a false positive or not. So we have technicians who are sitting there. It's not that we just go blind by the algorithm. So there are a lot of false positives. But of course, for humans to analyze all the trucks at the same time, it's impossible. That's why I don't tell you 100% of time. So we are also, it's related to predictive maintenance, so we basically try to detect those anomalies that can be both on the truck, anomalies that can be on the production when we are producing the trucks, anomalies that can be on the logistic chain when we are basically not receiving something on time, what kind of effects it will have on all the production chain. So basically the main idea is that it's really hard to, in this complex production chain, it's really hard to predict what everything is going to happen. So to have a tool that can help you, it's very beneficial. We are using in security. Basically, we have to be sure that our trucks are always secure. We have to be sure that no one is trying to hack our trucks. We have to be sure that the information and communication between our trucks and the main center is always there. And we have to make sure also the inside communication, no one can go close to the truck and steal it or do something else. Or the drivers, they shouldn't have the right to basically hack the truck. Question?
I guess the security companies become powerful in this section because you have always to secure someone hacks or puts a virus on the car, and it is possible. So the security companies will not.
This is a big threat. So we have a lot of projects in cybersecurity and how to mitigate those risks because we are becoming more connected. But basically, right now we have a lot of data, so we have a couple of different security measures, so that it's become quite hard to get control of the truck. Maybe you can read some data, but you're not going to be able to control it.
How do you look to the blockchain technology in this aspect?
I mean, we're a bit late, but we're looking into blockchain technology in this aspect for security. So it's definitely an interesting technology, but not just for security, but you can use it also for other things. Sometimes we have a lot of energy that is being produced and it's wasted, and we are trying to use that energy to do some, maybe you can do some calculations and then sell services to others. We're using this for user adaptation. When you as a driver go to your car, you're going to be sitting there, the car will know that it is you, you know how you like the seating, how you like the mirrors, how you like everything, and then you just sit, knows the weight from the camera, it sees it is you, and then it will just adaptate to you. It's right in the moment.
You said there's not going to be any drivers.
Yeah, right now we have drivers still. So, and it's gonna
Even
be
for a passenger, he deserves the right to
exactly.
be.
But it's gonna be also for the passenger. So it's gonna be like that. So basically, you're gonna have Netflix, and you know the car will know that what kind of movies you like. You sit back on there, and then you're gonna start seeing Netflix.
That I like.
If Netflix.
Yeah. If Netflix will exist. And yeah, this is with what I was saying about experience enhancement. Your trip to work is going to be every time an experience, or you're going to see something out in movies, or you're going to read your articles that you like to read, but it's not going to be this sitting there in the traffic and getting stressed because some asshole in front of you is doing something weird. And we are using it with vehicle automation, which basically I'm working a lot with, and I wanted to go a bit more technology-wise, how we are using to make these autonomous trucks go on, and so I'm going to be a bit more technical from that perspective, but I thought it might be interesting for giving you some ideas about maybe what you can think about, and coming with new ideas for businesses or things like that, because vehicle automation is becoming really huge. So basically what we are doing is that you have the sense. First, you have to sense the environment. Then you basically have to plan how you want to how you want to go from point A to point B on a large scale. But then you have also the short planning of your path. Basically, when you are how you have to overtake this car, or how you have to take the curve, or you have to change lane, and so on. So we are using AI in all this one, and we are also using it. Fleet route optimization, so when you want to go from point A to point B, which depending on if you have to load and unload in different sites, then basically you kind of plan it up so everything is more logistically wise, taking into consideration